Lily Allen, the renowned English singer and songwriter, recently shared a deeply personal and shocking revelation about an abusive relationship from her past during an episode of her podcast, Miss Me?, which she co-hosts with her close friend Miquita Oliver. The disclosure shed light on the emotional and psychological toll of her experience, offering listeners a candid glimpse into the challenges she faced with an unnamed former partner. Allen recounted how her ex-partner used manipulative tactics to undermine her confidence, specifically targeting her personal hygiene as a means of control. She described how this individual would frequently accuse her of having poor hygiene, a claim she now recognizes as baseless and deliberately hurtful. It wasn't about the truth, Allen explained, reflecting on the accusations. It was a calculated move to make me feel small, to erode my sense of self-worth. It was a form of bullying, and looking back, I see it as a clear attempt to assert dominance over me. The singer, now 40, emphasized that these remarks were not grounded in reality but were instead a tool to manipulate and belittle her, a tactic she identified as a hallmark of emotional abuse. The impact of these accusations was profound, leaving Allen feeling self-conscious and insecure. She described the experience as particularly insidious because it targeted her sense of self in a deeply personal way. It's one thing to criticize someone's work or choices, but to go after something so intimate, it's a different kind of cruelty, she noted. Allen's vulnerability in sharing this story highlighted her resilience and her commitment to speaking openly about difficult topics, a trait that has defined much of her public persona. During the podcast, Allen also touched on her personal habits, revealing a lighthearted yet telling detail about her approach to self-care. "I don't think I've ever brushed my hair in a relationship," she admitted with a laugh, adding, "Honestly, I just don't brush my hair, full stop." This confession, while humorous, underscored her point that the accusations of poor hygiene were not only false but also irrelevant to her identity. By sharing this, Allen illustrated how her ex-partner's comments were designed to exploit her vulnerabilities rather than reflect any genuine concern. The conversation also delved into other personal challenges Allen has faced, including her experiences with contraception and pregnancy. Earlier in the month, she had discussed her use of an intrauterine device, IUD, a contraceptive coil which she described as a significant improvement over her earlier struggles. "I think I'm on my third or maybe fourth IUD now," she said, reflecting on how her reproductive choices have evolved. "Before this, it was a complete disaster area. I was getting pregnant all the time." This candid admission sparked a broader discussion about the complexities of contraception and the pressures women face in managing their reproductive health. Allen's openness about her multiple abortions was particularly striking, as she spoke without shame or hesitation about a topic often shrouded in stigma. She acknowledged the emotional weight of these experiences but framed them as part of her journey, emphasizing the importance of destigmatizing such discussions. "It's not something I dwell on, but it's part of my story," she said. Her willingness to address these issues publicly reflects her broader commitment to authenticity and vulnerability, qualities that have endeared her to fans and listeners alike. The podcast episode also explored Allen's reflections on her past relationships, including her recent split from actor David Harbour, known for his role in Stranger Things. While she did not delve into the specifics of their separation, the context of her revelations about abuse suggested a pattern of navigating complex interpersonal dynamics. Allen's ability to speak openly about these experiences, while maintaining a sense of humor and perspective, resonated deeply with her audience, many of whom praised her for her courage and honesty. Allen's story is not just a personal one. It touches on broader themes of power dynamics, emotional manipulation, and the societal pressures women face. Her ex-partner's accusations, she noted, were not just about hygiene but about control, a way to make her feel less than, to keep her in a position of vulnerability. This realization, she explained, came with time and reflection. "It took me a while to see it for what it was," she said. "But once I did, it was like a light bulb went off. I understood that this wasn't about me, it was about his need to feel powerful." The singer's candidness extended beyond her relationship struggles to her broader experiences as a woman in the public eye. She discussed the challenges of navigating fame, where personal choices and vulnerabilities are often scrutinized. "Being in the spotlight amplifies everything," she said. "Every decision, every mistake, every moment of weakness, it's all out there for people to judge." Yet, Allen has consistently chosen to confront these challenges head-on, using her platform to advocate for openness and self-acceptance. Her podcast, Miss Me?, has become a space for such raw and unfiltered conversations, allowing Allen to connect with her audience on a deeper level. Co-host Miquita Oliver's presence adds a layer of warmth and camaraderie to the discussions, creating an environment where Alan feels safe to share her truth. The dynamic between the two friends is a cornerstone of the podcast's appeal, offering listeners a sense of intimacy and relatability. Alan's revelations also sparked broader conversations about emotional abuse and its often subtle manifestations. By sharing her story, she highlighted the importance of recognizing and addressing manipulative behaviors in relationships. It's not always about physical harm, she noted. Sometimes, it's the words, the little digs, the things that chip away at you over time. That's what makes it so hard to spot. Her insights resonated with many listeners, who took to social media to express their support and share their own experiences with similar dynamics. In reflecting on her journey, Alan emphasized the importance of self-awareness and resilience. "I've learned to trust myself more," she said. "To know that I'm enough, regardless of what anyone else says." This message of empowerment is a recurring theme in her work, both as a musician and as a public figure. Her music, known for its raw honesty and sharp wit, has long served as a vehicle for exploring personal and societal issues, from mental health to gender dynamics. The episode also touched on Alan's growth as an individual and an artist. She spoke about how her experiences, both positive and negative, have shaped her perspective and her creative output. "Everything I've been through, it's all in the music," she said. "It's how I process, how I make sense of the world." This connection between her personal life and her art underscores the authenticity that has defined her career. As Alan continues to navigate her personal and professional life, her willingness to share her struggles and triumphs offers a powerful example of resilience and self-acceptance. Her story is a reminder that even in the face of adversity, it's possible to reclaim one's narrative and find strength in vulnerability. For her fans, her openness is not just inspiring but also a call to action, to speak out, to support one another, and to challenge the behaviors and systems that seek to diminish